You ever driven through the middle of nowhere? The kind of road that just stretches on forever, where the radio goes static and your GPS says no signal. That's where our story begins. In the summer of 2017, a man named Aaron Phelps was driving across Nevada, heading for a fresh start. He'd lost his job, his girlfriend, his apartment, everything except his old Ford Taurus and a few boxes of books and clothes in the trunk. He was trying to reach his brother in Oregon, but late one night, somewhere past Route 50, that lonely highway they call the loneliest road in America, his gas gauge hit empty. The needle sank, the engine coughed. The road around him was just desert, miles and miles of darkness. And then he saw it. A flicker of neon in the distance, a sign glowing red against the black horizon. Moonlight Motel, vacancy. Aaron pulled into the cracked parking lot. There were 6 rooms, all identical, old-fashioned with faded paint. The sign buzzed overhead like a dying insect. Inside the lobby, the air smelled faintly of dust and lemon cleaner. Behind the desk sat an old man in a gray cardigan, smiling too much for that hour of night. "Rough night?" the man asked. Aaron nodded. "Ran out of gas. Lucky you're here." "Oh, we're always here," the man said. His voice was calm, like an old radio host. "Room 7's open. $40, cash only." Aaron handed over 2 20s and a 10. The man slid a brass key across the counter. An actual key, not a card. "Breakfast at 7, he said. "Sleep well." Room 7 smelled faintly of bleach and old air conditioning. The lamp buzzed. The TV played static no matter which channel he turned to. He lay down on the bed, eyes heavy, and drifted off to the hum of the air vent. And that's when things got strange. Aaron woke up to silence. No wind, no hum. No sound at all. The clock on the nightstand said 2:13 a.m. It said 2:13 a.m. the next time he looked. And the next. The second hand wasn't moving. He grabbed his phone. Dead. No charge. The screen glowed faintly, showing the same time. He opened the curtains. The world outside looked wrong. The same car that had been parked across the lot before, a red pickup, was still there, same headlights dimly glowing, like someone had left them on. But there was no driver. Aaron stepped outside. The air felt thick, like breathing through water. He went to the office. The neon sign buzzed louder now, a low electrical moan. Inside, the desk was empty, but the old man's cardigan was still hanging on the chair. And behind the desk, a rotary phone rang. "Ring, ring, ring." He picked it up. "You shouldn't have come here," said a voice. It was his own. He froze. The line clicked dead. Aaron dropped the phone. Then, something moved outside. A shadow passed the window. Tall, human-shaped, but wrong. Too long. Too still. When he ran back to his room, the door was locked from the inside. And through the thin motel walls, he heard someone whispering in the next room. Room 6. He's still awake. Not supposed to be awake. Aaron banged on the next door. "Hey, who's there?" No response, just the faint shuffle of movement. He tried the knob. It turned easily. The room was identical to his own. Same wallpaper, same furniture, same static on the TV. Except someone was sitting on the bed. It was him. Same clothes, same face, staring blankly at the static on the TV. Aaron's breath caught. "Hey!" he shouted. The figure didn't move. He reached forward, and the duplicate turned its head, slowly, stiffly, like its neck was made of wood. Then it smiled. "We told you not to wake up." The lights flickered, and when they came back, the other Aaron was gone. But the TV now showed the motel lobby. And in that flickering feed, He saw the old man in the cardigan, standing at the desk, grinning. Behind him on the wall hung 7 photographs. Each photo showed the same parking lot, same 6 rooms, but different people, different guests. In the last photo, the most recent, was him, Aaron Phelps, room 7. The caption underneath said, "Checked in 7/19/2017. Checked out, negative." He ran outside. The air felt hotter now, thick with static. The red pickup in the lot flickered, like a film reel skipping frames. And now, the driver's seat was full. A figure sat behind the wheel, head tilted back, eyes white. Its mouth was open wide, far too wide. Aaron stumbled backward. The motel sign buzzed so loud it hurt. And in that buzzing, he began to hear words. "You came looking for rest. You came when you shouldn't have. Now you stay when you shouldn't be." The sky above wasn't a sky anymore. It was black, static, stretching forever. He ran to his car, keys shaking in his hand. But the ignition didn't turn. The gas gauge still said empty. Then the radio clicked on, and through the static, his own voice came again. "Welcome back to the Moonlight Motel. Check-in never ends." Aaron woke up to sunlight. Birds were chirping. The air smelled fresh again. He sat up in bed, in room 7. The clock said 7:14 a.m. He laughed, shaky, almost crying. Jesus, bad dream. He grabbed his phone. Full battery. Time normal. He went to the office. The old man was there, cheerful as ever. "Sleep well?" Aaron forced a smile. "Yeah, weird dreams." The man chuckled. "It happens. Roads out there get in your head." Aaron paid for another cup of coffee, stepped out, and climbed into his car. As he drove off, he glanced in the rearview mirror. The motel looked different. Not abandoned, not eerie, just gone. Like it had never been there at all. The horizon stretched blank. No neon sign, no buildings. He blinked, confused. When he looked again, there it was, the Moonlight Motel miles behind him. The neon sign flickering one last time. He laughed again, shaking his head. "I need sleep." But when he looked down, the odometer hadn't moved. He was still in the same spot. He got out, kicked the tires, screamed into the desert. Nothing changed. He tried walking. 10 steps forward. The motel came closer instead of further. He turned around, and room 7 was behind him again. The air shimmered. He could hear faint whispers, dozens of voices, all repeating the same words. "Check-in never ends. Check-in never ends." Aaron fell to his knees, covering his ears. He screamed until his voice broke. Then, silence. He opened his eyes. He was back in bed, clock blinking 2:13 a.m. again. When they found Aaron's car 2 months later, it was parked on a dirt road off Route 50. Tank full, keys in the ignition, no sign of him. But his phone was on the passenger seat. It had one new recording, made automatically. A faint hum and a voice, whispering, "If you ever see a motel called the Moonlight, don't stop. Even if you're tired, even if you're out of gas, keep driving." The last sound on the tape was the buzzing of a neon sign. Rizz, rizz, rizz.